flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. New Hampshire, once this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day. Welcome to the Cornfield, Iowa Speedway. We're here for the Go Fast Racing League Lazy Days K&N Series. This race is sponsored by Lazy Days Racing. Get ready to go 172 laps here in the Cornfield of Iowa. Should be a very fun race. We got a lot of drivers on hand for tonight. A total so far 16 drivers have been in. Hopefully that many will stay in. We'll find out as we get ready to go. Last time we raced here, it was a unique race to say the least. And last time we did race here at K&N, we only didn't have a big field, but we've seen quite a bit of action. We've seen 6 cautions, and that was back on June 23rd. And it was Todd Craig picking up the win after he led 125 laps. However, there was only 3 drivers on the lead lap. Very unique short track. Very similar to Richmond International Speedway. This is the only track that is owned and run and raced by NASCAR. So NASCAR actually owns Iowa Speedway, so kind of cool. Anyway, we'll go over some quick things real fast before we get our national anthem. Let's take a real fast look at the weather. It is 65 degrees in the air temp. Winds out of this northwest at 9.5 miles an hour. That is gusting, by the way. Track configuration, of course, 0.89 miles an hour, so a little under a mile. And track temp 65 degrees. So what we'll do right now, we're going to pause, get our national anthem in. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Back here at Iowa Speedway, just got word that Tyler Cox, who is second right now on the board, most likely not running. He's a little sick right now, so he is not running the race, and he is backing out, and stuff like that happens. I completely understand. So he will not be running tonight. However, that's going to open up the door for a lot of these other guys. Kyle Frame, Joe Burchett, both in here. Kyle looking to try to close in on that points lead on Todd Cray, who leads by 114 points right now. He's got a long way to climb, as we are already 1/3, well, actually 2/3 of the season complete. We only got about 12, 13, well, I think 13 races left in the season, give or take a little bit on that. As this is race number 19 out of 39 or 33. This race, very unique, as I mentioned, very kind of similar to Richmond International Speedway. However, the banking on this track a little bit different. 10 degrees on the front stretch, 4 degrees on the back stretch. The turns are progressively banked, starting from 12 degrees at the bottom and escalating to 14 degrees at the top in the top line. So what that's going to do is possibly create multiple grooves here as the race goes on. You see, we are about to go qualifying, and we'll get this race underway here in just a moment as the pace car, or the qualifying now gets underway. I apologize. And it looks like Eric Mitch going to be the first one out of pit road as we go over and take a look at him. Mentioned last week, Todd Cray, last time we ran July 21st, was your winner back at Indianapolis. That was a very good run for Todd as he led 45 laps with Kyle Frame finishing second to him and ultimately extending that points lead just by a little bit. Next week we head to the Glen, but tonight we go here at the cornfields in Iowa as you can see Todd now working through turns 1 and 2, or Eric, sorry, I keep saying Todd. Eric now working out of turns 1 and 2. Down into 3 and 4, we'll probably see him slow down a little bit. He usually, and he will. He's going to start from the back. Here's Jeff Smith, driver of the 61 car. Going down into turns 3 and 4. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the side. Looking at Jeff into his helmet, pretty cool looking view. And currently second on the board with a 22, now third, as he actually loses that to Eric Borelli, who jumps up. Eric now coming through turns 3 and 4. That's a cool looking car. Will he improve on his lap? He will not, just lose a little bit. It's a pretty cool looking car though. Let's see who else is out. Joe Burchett now on track. So we watch him. Work on the back stretch here into turn 3. I believe this is actually his out lap. So let's hop on board with Joe as he goes to the green flag. Going down into turn number 1. Trying to get it to the bottom. You can see him really working the wheel, trying to keep it on that yellow line. Going down into 3 and 4 now. Oh, and not going to work. He's going to pull that car in pit road. Dylan Bowe's out on track. Kyle Frame jumps up, takes the pole with a 22.010. That is absolutely moving. That's going to be a very tough time to beat. And he may have found something towards the end of practice because he was not that fast in the original practice, but found something that looks like a little bit late and pretty fast. Joshua Banks also out on track in here tonight. Currently 4th with the 22.221. Knocking Todd Cray back to 5th. Nate Anderson also out on track in the number 1 car tonight. Nate coming in here 3rd in the point standings. By the way, guys, there is some severe storms in my area, so if we have any kind of lag or connection issue, that's what it's from. It's been raining and stuff here all day, so. Joe Burchett once again pulling up. It's got about 2 minutes left here in qualifying. Dylan Vose currently 6th. Who else is out on track? Joe Burchett right now, the fastest one on track right now. We watch him again to see if he can put down a good lap. Across the start finish line. Joe going to try to get down to the bottom, and it looks like he's not going to be happy with that one. He's going to have to qualify. If you don't qualify, that's a black flag at the start of the race. So he's only got a minute left. 30 seconds left. Here comes Raymond Hollinan coming out of pit road in the 12 Miller car. Kind of a throwback paint scheme. Pretty cool there. I believe Bobby Allison, is the original driver of that paint. So in your guys' mind, who gets the win here tonight? Kyle Frame, Eric Borelli. Eric, seeing Eric second fast, man, that's something. He comes pretty strong here in the later runs of this race. Raymond 6th place right now. Coming to the start-finish line, he's going to finish up his lap. So it looks like Joe Burchett not going to have time to finish his lap. Actually, Joe may have left. I'm not real sure. But looks like Joe will actually get a black flag. So that's going to wrap up qualifying, I do believe. And you can also see up in the corner, by the way, Grand National Series, that is tomorrow for the Xfinity, or for the B-Class cars. We will be live with that tomorrow. So it looks like Kyle Frame will be your pole sitter as we take a look at our grid. Aaron Fowler, Joshua Banks starting in row number 2. Row number 3, we got Todd Craig, Raymond Collin, both in Chevrolets. Actually, everybody's in Chevys. Dylan Vose, Austin Marion, Chris James will round out the top 10 alongside Jeff Smith, who will start 10th. Nate Anderson, Eric Minch, and a couple guys that did not qualify. So we'll pull in our pole sitter, who picked up the pole tonight, number 57, Kyle Frame. Hey, Kyle, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's going on?
Man, you picked up the pole here tonight, and I believe it's only your... Let me do that. Hold on. I believe it's only your, what, your third pole, I believe? Your fourth pole now. What's it going to take to keep the car up front? You look really fast. Looks like you found something towards the end of practice.
Yeah, I really did, actually. I figured something out. I'm going to keep that to myself, though, because it's definitely beneficial.
Yeah, man. Last time we raced here, there was quite a few cautions. The track looks like, or the setup looks a little bit more, well, honestly, it looks better tonight than what we seen last time we raced here. What's going to be the biggest issues for you tonight? Is it going to be tire wear, you think? Because this track can be pretty bad on tires, but the track temp's not too hot.
No, I noticed times weren't dropping off, but the car was getting tight over a long run, but times were staying fairly consistent as long as you were able to back your corners up and keep it on the bottom.
Well, man, get up there. You start first tonight. Let's see if you can try to gain some points back on Todd. I know the season's not quite done yet. You're going to need a little bit of work, but good luck, and I'll be up here cheering you on, and good luck, man. See if you can get the win.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
You too. All right. So that was your pole sitter. Also, I want to mention Joe Burchett, since he did not qualify or put 20 laps in practice, he will get an EOL / a black flag penalty for not completing the lap, and that could cause an issue because there's a chance that he will go one lap down at least, so he's going to need a caution to be able to get back on the lead lap, which I think we will have a caution, but you know, you just never know. These guys' bit race is really clean as of late, and anything can happen. So we'll see. As the pace lights are off on the Porsche pace car. You can see looking from the grandstands over into turn number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and get my pick. I think Kyle Frame. It's tough because Eric Borelli may have found something as well. And he's really good on the long runs. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Kyle Frame to pick up the win here tonight. And Aaron Fowler also there, Joshua Banks. There's a lot of good, fast guys right now in this top 10 that could get the win. But I'm going to go with Kyle Frame starting first. I think that's a good pick. Pace car pulls in. Green flag's about to wave. We are green flag here at Iowa Speedway. 172 laps to go as we work down into turn 1. Already side by side. Kyle Frame trying to get the momentum up off that bottom. It looks like he's not going to have the momentum. Eric Borelli could be going for the lead. Does have those out front as we work through turns 3 and 4. Kyle's still running side by side with the 14 car. And it looks like the momentum will be Eric Borelli. Will lead first lap here at Iowa, running that high line. Back to the inside comes the 57 of Kyle Frame. And it looks like he will lose that spot to his LDR teammate. Lazy Days Racing teammate Eric Borelli goes to the point. And I want to mention Joe Burchett is on pit road. He will go one lap down ultimately right now. And then he'll be down the way. Possibility you could go 2 laps down. It only takes 22 seconds to go around this place. So it don't take long as we work off turn number 2. A little bit further back, you can see the battle for fourth. Joshua Banks, Todd Cray wants that spot. Todd working out high side in that green number 21 car. Looks like Todd Cray may be able to make that high line work as we work off turn 4. The momentum going to carry him. Oh, 9 gets a little loose. And that is going to allow the 21 of Cray to take it. Maybe, yes, he will take that spot away as we work through turns 2 now. Battle back up front. Kyle Frame looking back to the inside of the 14 car. Also taking a look back at Aaron Fowler. Here comes Aaron now looking to the inside of the 57. Side by side as we work through turns number 3 and 4. Todd really starting to make a move here as well. Up to 4th, you can see him putting some pressure on the back end of that 57. That's a big position because Kyle did actually not lead a lap, so that won't help him with bonus points. And it could wind up hurting. You just seen Todd Craig complete the pass on the 4. That's going to open the door for Joshua Banks as well. She looks to the inside now on Aaron Fowler. So the 21 now taking a peek to the inside of Frame. Reason why that is a big point battle going on for the top spot. These guys don't have a chase, and Todd has such a big points lead now. He's going to have to try to keep Todd behind him as we stay green here still early on here at Iowa. Take a little bit further look back. Here's Raymond Cullinan trying to hold on to that spot. Jeff Schmidt back behind him. A little bit further ways away. Dylan Vose up in front of him. We got one car to the wall. This could cause a caution. Oh, the 4 of Aaron Fowler really hard into the wall and actually got into the front or the back end. Dylan Vose, you can see the damage on the back of the 4 car. Let's hop on board here with the 12 and you can really see that damage right there. Lots of damage on the front end or back end of Aaron as you go down into turn number 3. These guys do not have fast repairs, so that could become an issue. Don't look like it's going to hurt him too much right now. Battle for second, Kyle Frame, Todd Cray. Like I mentioned, this is a huge battle out on track. Lots of grip out there, so we may not have very many cautions. I'm actually very surprised right now if we haven't had one early on. I do know iRacing actually updated the setup, so that could be, you know, an issue. So a little information about Iowa. This track only holds 30,000 people, but this is the only 7/8 mile asphalt oval in the world. Actually, I did not know that. I'm just reading this off their website. I did mention, of course, the track is owned and operated by NASCAR itself, and this is the only professional sports venue in the state of Iowa. So that's pretty cool. Take a little further look back throughout the field. Looking at Jeff Schmidt right now, is currently in 8th. Started up in 10th, so he's up 2 spots from where he originally started. Eric Minch just got past Joe Burchett, but that is not for a position. Joe still 1 lap down. You can see him right here on your screen. Back up front, Eric Borelli still leading the way here. For people that don't know, Eric Borelli actually has a Facebook page called iRacing Flea Market. For anybody out there interested, they do got some cool deals and stuff on there at the iRacing Flea Market. And also the owner of Lazy Days Racing. I believe he's the owner anyway. I'm like 99% sure. Check them out, lazydays.com. Fastest out on track last time by was our leader. Not that time, however. Fastest time that time was actually Todd Cray back in third. And it looks like the 14 is going to slide up here a little bit. This may open the door for Kyle Frame. Looking back at Todd, you can see him. Here comes Kyle with the run out of turn number 4. Very, very similar to Richmond International Speedway. It is a little bit wider though. That is one plus about this track. Especially on the backstretch and the turns. It is a little bit more wide. You can see the difference in banking. That is the progressive banking that these guys are running. Going down into turn 3 now. It looks like the 57's actually got a little bit faster car right now. We ride on board with Kyle Frame. And look back, you can see Todd Cray behind him. Oh, 14's going to get a little wide here. This may open up the door for Kyle as he does have a run to the inside of the 14 car. And it looks like we want to have a lead change. Oh, maybe contact. Almost contact. 3 wide. The 14's in a wall. And it looks like who will be your leader at the line? Kyle Frame, but now it will be Todd Cray as he passes both of them cars as they was having trouble getting and working around each other. Looking back, here comes the 57 now looking to the inside. Of Todd, not going to be able to do it as we exit turn 2. Todd Cray will take over the lead. So far, 2 lead changes, and I look for many more to happen as this race is really starting to heat up just a little bit. Looking at Chris James going down into 1 and 2. The reason why I mention that is because these guys not very far behind him. And that could become an issue with Joe Burchett, who had that black flag, had to pit under green. And Joe's going to have to try to get up there and try to pass these guys as well and try to keep putting them a lap down. That way it will help him try to get back on the lead lap. And you can see Joe on the backstretch, so he's still got a little bit of work to do to catch up to these leaders. With that said, we'll step away. We'll be right back right after a commercial break. Make sure you all go into the description. Check out Lazy Days Racing or Go Fast Racing League, and also check out the second link. It is a description for JDRF, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. It is a fundraiser we're putting together here at TRN to try to raise money for them. Good group. So yeah, make sure y'all share that and all that good stuff. So we'll be right back right after this. If anything changes, we'll break back in.
We're the stronger than we look type. The braver than you think type. The type that knows the time will come when we put type 1 behind us. We're the progress is inevitable type. The hopeful for a cure type. The type that will stop at nothing until type 1 becomes type none.
back here at Iowa Speedway. Just seen Joshua Banks go around, and he has disconnected from the race. Went around, exited turn 2, and got loose and spun into the wall and blew up. So that's going to end his night. But we also have seen Eric Borelli get around Kyle Frame while we was on commercial break. That was a pass for second place. And that was pretty interesting how he passed. He actually got in the wall right before that. So we are about to see a big pass right here. Chris James really under power right now. He's not having the best of time. His fast lap 22.622, which is really solid. But he's about to go a lap down. And that's going to hurt Joe Burchett just in case a caution does come out. So we'll see how this all plays out here once this race continues on. Right now, the biggest battle on track will be back here for 6th. Jeff Schmidt running down Raymond Tollenden, looking to the inside of the 12 car. Not going to have to run out, so he's going to have to continue to work, try to get into the outside possibly and try to make a pass on him. But he has been faster the last few laps and catching that 12 car. Kyle Frame took a peek there and actually got a lot of damage now. It looks to the right side of that car, our pole sitter. Looking on board at Kyle as we go down into turn 3. And it looks like Chris James did get the lap down, so if caution comes out, he will be your lucky dog. As we stay green for now. Ooh, really close right there. Exiting turn 4. Aaron Fowler right up near the door of Kyle as we go down back into turn number 2. Really surprised how clean these guys are racing. We may have, I thought somebody was coming down pit road. Kyle really out, oh, into the wall. We may have a problem here. 19th Vose almost gets into him. Not sure what is going on. He may have had an issue. His screen may have went black or his wheel disconnected. He drove straight into the wall, which is very odd. And Dylan did a really good job of not getting into him. Kyle's night has went from bad to worse, and he's second in points. That's why this is so big. Todd Cray winning the race. He's definitely maybe out of reach if he's able to not have a good finish. And Nate Anderson not far from taking over second as well. Back up front, you see the 6 Chris James on that low side, and the 14 Eric Borelli and Aaron Fowler going around him. Looking like that may have a pass here. Aaron Fowler looking to the inside of Borelli. Going down into turn 2. Not going to have the momentum, I don't think. I thought that 4 car with the damage he had on the back end would actually hurt him quite a bit. And it hasn't. He's done a good job so far. Looking at Joe Burchett, he's trying to run down Chris James about 4 seconds back. Behind Chris, and that would be a big pass because of the lucky dog. Closest battle out on track is these guys. I'm also watching Nate Anderson and Jeff Smith. If that battle closes up just a little bit, I'll jump up to that. But Aaron right now doing everything he can to figure out a way to get around Eric, as it's going to be tough to pass on the low side, especially on these old tires. These guys have been out there for 44 laps now, and my personal opinion, the only way you're going to be able to pass now is get to the high side and try to get to the outside of the car you're trying to pass. Get the run out. That's why you're seeing the 14 work that higher line. He gets such a big run out that the 14 is not actually faster. The 4 seems like he's a little bit faster, but with the run out, the 4 really can't do nothing with it. He's getting another run here to the inside, but like I said, I don't think you're going to be able to do anything with it unless you really drive it in deep. The 4 is going to run a little bit wider, so he may have a chance to get a run out, but then he moves back to the bottom, so that may help Borelli, and it will. So Eric stays in second for now. Battle back here, Dylan Vose working on Kyle Frame. Still. Oh, contact. There goes the 6th around. Caution will fly for the first time. And Joe Burchett will get the lucky dog, which is very surprising because that would have been Chris James, but where he was the cause of the caution or involved in the caution, it will go to Joe, I do believe. So that's absolutely huge for him. But Todd now catch up to the pace cars. We work our first caution of the night here on lap number 46. Make that 47 as they catch into the back of the pace car. Also see Eric Borelli, Aaron Fowler working around. Catching up to the back of the pace car. Kyle Frame behind him. I don't know exactly whose fault that was. I don't think the pit road will be open this time. I don't think. And it will. Also see Chris James staying out. He's going to have to try to stay out, get the wave around. And Joe Burchett will be your lucky dog. You can see him coming down or going by as well. Eric Minch staying out. He's going to pick up one lap lead, I believe. Coming into the boxes. Tires going up. Definitely going to take 4 tires on all this. We'll see. It looks like Todd Cray, who a little bit further back, he's done away 14.24. Race off pit road, then Borelli. A little bit faster stop, however. Actually, Eric Borelli wins the race off pit road. Nope, I take that back. He did not. Just switch back over on my screen. Aaron Fowler getting some much needed, and Kyle Frame getting some much needed repairs as well. Fastest pit stop, Austin Marion with a 13.18. Oop. Let's bring in Eric Borelli. Hey, Eric, you got a copy?
Yeah, Adam, go ahead, brother.
Man, running second right now behind Todd Cray. You seem like you really got a fast car, especially early on in the run. What are you lacking for the long run?
Grip. As we go on through the run, like the last run, Todd set off into the sunset, you know, and we were doing good for a while. I think we were just pushing a little too hard during the first run, and we burned through the tires pretty quick, and it started to show towards the middle part of that run. The guys were catching up pretty fast.
I've seen that the higher line comes into play later on in the run. So we've seen you and I believe, who was it? Who was it? Kyle? No, not Kyle. Who was behind you at the time? Can't even find him on my screen now. Aaron Fowler, I believe, was trying to get around you, but the higher line looks like it comes to play on the longer run. Was you noticing that too?
Yeah, definitely. The longer you go on the run, you know, you really got to protect the high side. The pass on the low side on older tires, the car just seems to push and slide, and you know, most of the guys obviously don't want to wreck, so you're a little more hesitant on the low side than you're on the high side. You know, with the high side, you definitely can protect the the position better.
Well, man, you got your spotter back in there tonight. See if y'all can get that number 14 car to victory lane, and I'll be up here watching.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, buddy. That was Eric Borelli, the driver of the 14 car. He will be restarting second place after this restart. Todd Cray still out front. We'll talk to Todd. If there's another caution that comes out, he has been the dominant car as of late, leading 29 out of the 50 laps right now, out of the scheduled 172. Take a real fast look at our race summary. So far, 1 caution. This will be our 5th caution lap. Not a bad run at all. 123 laps remain here on this short 7/8 of a mile racetrack. You know, this track actually don't feel like it's actually that long when you run it, or when you see the lap times. It's actually a very fast track, 22-second laps. When I see it, it just feels like the track is a lot more bigger than it actually shows. And like the track actually looks like it's about 1.5 miles, but it's kind of surprising how short this track actually is. So we're waiting on the pace car. The lights are off on it. We will be coming back around this time. The pace car will drop in down pit road, and we'll go back to green. Working through turns 3 and 4. Pace car about to drop off. We're about to go back green here on lap number 52. The green flag will wave. Pace car pulls in. Green flag is out. We're back to racing here at Iowa. Todd Cray leads up to the stripe. Here comes that 12. Now this right here where things could get a little mixed up. We're seeing some new guys up front and a lot of fast cars towards the back. So not saying it's a bad thing, but it could get a little crazy here on this restart. As we look at 3 wide, possibly Jeff Smith going to split the bottom. He's looking to take over third from Raymond Cullinan, and it looks like the 61 not going to be able to do it as the 12 has that high line momentum going back down into turn 1. Still trying to take it away is that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles car. You also see Aaron Fowler behind him. He's looking underneath as well. Jeff going to pull up to the higher line to try to hold off Aaron as we stay green for now. Aaron almost getting into the side of the 61, going to back off. May lose that spot also to Nate Anderson as Anderson looks to the high side of Fowler going down into turn 1. And also Austin Marion is there as well. Kyle Frame right behind him. Pretty much we're seeing 3 different distinct lines, and what a run Aaron Fowler just got. He may have a chance going down into turn number 1. He got such a big run. He's going to push up, making a little bit of contact there with the 61. Should be okay, but I don't think it's going to be enough to allow him to take over that spot as we ride on board with the 4 car of Aaron. Looking back, he does take over 4th spot from Jeff as we work out of turn number 4. Riding on board with Joe Burchett as he looks underneath the 19. Dylan Vose. This is a battle for the 9th position. Joe not going to be able to take it, I don't think. We're going to see. He's going to slide up just a little bit side by side as we come out of 4. You also see that 65 of Austin up there working on the back end of Nate Anderson. Back to the inside. Joe goes again trying to take that spot away. Looks like he's able to take it, but he has no room to slide up in front of him with the 57 now of Kyle Frame being side by side with Joe in the corner. So we'll have to wait and see how this works. If the 57 is able to extend this gap a little bit, Joe may be able to slide up. But right now, Dylan Bowe's looking back to the outside. He's going to try to take that top spot or the 9th position away. Some good racing here. So tough to pass around Iowa. And really all this is doing is really hurting Joe as far as tires go. It really could burn him off. He does have a gap there. He's going to slide in and slide up in front of the 19. Joe Burchett moves into the 9th spot. Back up front, we got a battle for 3rd. Aaron Fowler underneath the 12. Looks like Raymond may let him have it. Not that easy, he said. He's going to try to drop back alongside of Aaron. May try to put a crossover. Not going to be able to do it. He is looking for the crossover. Going back down into 1. I don't think he's going to have the momentum, though, to take that spot back away as we go down into turn number 2. Still side by side working out of 2. Raymond actually a lot faster than what he's shown so far. He's looking really quick tonight. Go above in our blimp. You can see the distance between some of the cars. It is so tough to pass here. Pit stops could be a major factor on who wins this race. Wreck, Nate Anderson around. Collected a 57 of Kyle Frame and the 19 and the 6 of Chris James. As our second caution comes out, we'll see what happened to Nate. So he drove down into 1. He lost it in turn 3 and 4, I do believe. Joe Burchett with the run underneath Kyle Frame. Did he have help? 3 wide. It looks like the 57 slides up into him. That was a good drive through by Austin there. We ride on board with Austin Marion. We'll take a look at his view as we go down into turn number 3 here in just a second. Brett kept it right up in front of him. Done a good job of avoiding it. There we go. Around goes to 57, collecting Dylan Vose. It looks like Eric Minch had to go down into the grass to avoid it. Cars are on pit road. As everybody does come down, so we'll be here watching the pit stop. Watching the pit stops once again. Who will have the fastest pit stop? Eric Minch going to get the wave around. He is your lucky dog. Looks like Chris James going to stay out for now and get the wave around. Todd Gray down and away. He's already pulled out. There he goes. Actually, it was Jeff Smith pulls out. Jeff taking 2 tires, so a gutsy call. Pulls out in front of Todd Gray, so we'll see how that plays out. I like the call, actually. I like the 2-tire call. As we step away, guys, we'll be right back right after another commercial break.
Hi guys, I'm Scott Speed, driver of this amazing Volkswagen Beetle GRC car. I got good news for the iRacing fam. We got this coming in. I'm currently working on it myself personally to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. With the addition of dirt and now this mean car, it is going to be so fun. And it's going to be available free to all the iRacing members. Personally, I can't wait to get out there and race you guys on it.
We're the stronger than we look type, the braver than you think type, the type that knows the time will come when we put type 1 behind us. We're the progress is inevitable type, the hopeful for a cure type, the type that will stop at nothing until type 1 becomes type none.
Yeah. Back here at Iowa Speedway for the Go Fast Racing League Lazy Days K&N Series. the Iowa 150. Jeff Smith staying out on 2 tires. Also do got me another broadcaster in here with me, Derek Pemberton. Nice enough to jump in after he got home from work. So thank you, Derek, for jumping in. 12 cars still out on track. 2 of them are laps down. Chris James, if a caution was to come out, would be your lucky dog. As we get ready to go green, we'll see how the 2-tire strategy plays off. As the Porsche pace car about to pull down into pit lane. There it goes. Green flag is about to wave. Green flag back out here again at Iowa. Watch for the 2 tires. How will it play a factor? Todd Craig beats Jeff to the line. That outside or inside line might not be where you want to be right now if you're racing around the 61. We got to see how the 2 tires stop and play. I like the call, but I don't like it at the same time. Pass for the lead. Aaron Fowler, nope, took a peek to the inside. Here comes the 61. Contact.
And that's really good. Oh, the 61 got turned hard in the wall upside down.
Yep, he is around, and caution comes out. And also, Aaron Fowler done for the race because of 12 incident limit. 61 upside down, and that was a hard wreck for Jeff. 2 tires did not play off.
How did he flip?
You know, I don't know. We're
Because
watching it
he
now.
made contact with the. He got overcorrected. Overcorrected.
Yeah,
I think that's what hurt him. I think he should have just let it go to the inside and tried to save it, or just try to slow it down enough. And he just tried to overcorrect, and it just sent it back to the outside wall.
You want to talk about close? Kyle Frame. Watch this. That was an interesting view.
Yeah. And the thing is, and I think that was because, you know, Jeff, he had to do what he had to do there with them 2 tires. I think he thought that he still could have made a run on the bottom. He had a great run on the bottom. Just it didn't look like he was going to be able to stick it down there on the bottom on the exit and just nowhere to go.
Yeah, that was a little intense. I'm not gonna lie. That was
and if I'm Aaron Fowler right now, I'd be better than a Hornet right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Be out this early in the race. I mean,
you know, I like Jeff's strategy to stay out. I did. I don't know if I would have done it quite with 20 lap tires. I think if he would have had only 10 laps on his tires, I think it would have been a great call for track position. But cautions breed cautions, and caution once again. And let's pull in Todd here. Haven't talked to him all night. I want to pull him in. Hey, Todd, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, first right now. Been, well, pretty much first all night. 47 laps led so far to this point. Make that a 48 once we hit the line again. What's been the biggest struggle so far? It looks like tires on the longer run, you really start pushing up the track, as we just seen with the 61.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem I'm having is really just cautions. We're doing good with our tires, you know, getting the car turned, staying good through the middle. Just got to wait this out, and, you know, guys are fast, and, you know, it's hard to say how it's all going to go, but we're just going to keep chugging.
You come in here with a 117 point, I believe 112, 117 point lead. Kyle Frame, a little bit of issues. You know, you could take a couple weeks off and you would still be up front, man, but I know you're looking to try to extend that points championship. How much is that on your mind as you're out here racing?
Right now it's not, honestly. I'm just trying to get the wins. You know, got some fast guys here. Got to be careful with the tires. Just take it one race at a time, man. That's about it.
All right, bud. Go out there and put this car in victory lane. You've been fast all night. Let's see if you can keep it up there.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, bud. That was the driver of the 21, Todd Curry. Very fast. One of the best drivers in here.
And I heard, you know, that was one thing he talked about a little bit that I liked. You know, he's talking about the tires, and it seems like these guys know that their tires, you know, it seems like tires are very valuable. And I just now got in, so I don't really know what's all been going on. But I'm starting now to really question, what was the 61 thinking there? Like, I could understand if we had like a 10 or 15 lap run, but a 20 lap run and taking 2 tires, I mean,
it's questionable. It is. It's definitely
a very questionable move. I'm not saying that I wouldn't make it, because knowing me, I probably would have made it.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, let's just be real. And I mean, I give him props for trying. I mean, Jeff. I've become very good with Jeff. I mean,
good driver.
He's a great driver, and that's the reason why.
I'll be honest. I think he thought it would hold.
Yes,
I do.
And
I think he thought it would.
Because honestly, I know that he's got a brain in his head, and I think if he thought that it wouldn't have stuck, he wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And I think that's what 95% of people in this league, they understand that if something's not going to work, don't do it.
I think he's really surprised on how far it pushed up.
Yeah, because it looked like he got in the corner fine. It just looked like it on the exit just pushed up
to be
a lot
honest,
when he was
it may have not have been the tires. He could have just overdrove the corner too deep and it slid up. When we don't really know 100% sure. Jeff, like I said, is a really good driver, so he definitely didn't do it on purpose by any means. But that's racing, and it does happen. So pace lights are off. Todd Cray still out front. Raymond Tollenan, currently second. Eric Morelli, Joe Burchett. Eric's been really fast on the short run. This is going to be an interesting restart, though, because the 21 now will be on the bottom. So if the 12 can get a good restart here, he may have something for Todd on this restart. You also see Joe Burchett clean up tires. And speaking of which, there is a couple guys that did not pit. Todd, Joe, Raymond, Eric, and Kyle Frame did not pit. Dylan Vose, Austin Barrett, and Eric Mitch, 7-lap difference on tires. So we'll see. We didn't go a ton of laps. We only went like 4 laps before the caution came out. So it shouldn't affect them too much. But you just never know.
Yeah, now if this thing goes green for the rest of the way, it could hurt them. But I don't know. Pace car is in. Let's see if the 12 can get another jump or get a good jump on the outside as green is out here. 12 did look. And that's forcing Joe to go to the outside. He may be on the outside of the 12 before they get in turn 1. He doesn't. Todd Craig comes up and clears the outside lane as he's now going to take the lead going down the back straightaway.
Raymond pushes up really far, coming out turn 2, scrapes the wall, really stacking up into the wall. Round he goes, hard. Caution flies.
And now the yellow flies. Wow,
you know, I'm going to be honest. What Todd did is really respectable. Because he could have drove straight back down the track in front of everybody, and he about did. And you know what? He put it straight in the wall.
Wait, Todd?
Raymond, sorry.
Raymond.
Yeah, I mean, that was, he could have really took out everybody just now.
And that's one thing that a lot of iRacers, well, most iRacers in leagues like this, they understand that they don't want to ruin other people's chances unless, you know, it's championship and they see taking out other championship drivers. Maybe then, but in one of these type races, we're still early. Why would you want to ruin someone else's night? Now, for him, it could be limited damage, but you don't want to take anyone else
up.
So
we got some cars coming down pit road. Actually, everybody besides Joe Burchett, or Todd Craig, Joe Burchett, Austin Marion coming down pit road. So that could play a factor. I don't know, man. Joe, he's up there. He was faster than Todd in practice. So I'm not real sure on how he'll do, but we'll see as we take a look at Joe Burchett. I don't think he has any damage. Just checking to make sure. No, he actually got through that very clean. There may be a little bit. Is that damage right there? I cannot tell. I'm trying to find out. No, he does just a slight bit, not enough to hurt him. Actually, it may not even be damage.
I'm not seeing.
I see just a tad.
Yeah, no, I don't think it'll hurt him enough that it'll push him back on the start or on this run here. What, did the 65 pit?
65 did not pit.
Okay,
right?
So
yeah, he did. He did pit. He just came down.
Okay, so we got the front row on 6-lap tires. Got everybody else on fresh tires.
Actually, yeah, we're going to say 6. It may be more. According to my thing that I got, my live timing, they got 14 laps on this set of tires. Now, they have done a lot of caution laps. So, you know, I don't really know how many. I could try to add it up, but it's so tough to try to add all this up. Let's see.
I think 6 is right because what you said, like what 4 or 5 laps before we had that yellow, and then we haven't even got yeah, we can go on and say 2 laps with two yellows. So yeah. So right around 6-7 laps we could say.
So we're starting to see the cautions pour in. We thought we had the cautions early. We actually started off like 50-something laps under green. We did not have our first caution. I'm sorry, it was not 57. It was 45 laps under green. It did the
Really
caution
good for a
start
track
flying.
like this.
Yeah, and especially knowing what it was last time. We're right on par for about what we had last time. We had 6 cautions last time we was at Iowa. We did have the lone green flag runs towards the middle and end of the race. We are in that point now where we're waiting to see a lone green flag run. This is going to be an interesting start, though, because of the tire issue. I mean, there are so many fast guys, but the thing is, there's a lot of guys out there that's hurting. Raymond Tollin, who's back in 9th, he's a lap down, he's hurting. Chris James, he hasn't been really the fastest all night. He's back in 8th. Austin Marion may have something for some of these guys. He did take some damage, and he was on pit road for a long time taking it. Kyle Frame, he took a lot of damage earlier, but he's got a little bit of damage as well. Honestly, Kyle can't have a lot more issues either. If he does, he'll be kicked out as well because of the incident limit. They only run 12 incident limit and go fast, and no fast repairs. So,
and that's just it. That.
Go ahead.
Oh, what?
Tomorrow.
Well, I know.
We'll get it right eventually. You go ahead this time.
Well, what I want to say about the whole 12x limit thing, that's really. I've noticed that, having that 12-inch limit, that's actually translated over into all my other league racing.
Yeah.
Because I've always had to play it so calm in these races not to get those 12x, that now I'm starting to do it everywhere else now, and it's starting to pay off. Yeah. And I don't know if that happens for anybody else, but I know that's one big thing that I've learned that's helped me from this league is that 12x limit, it really helps you and understand that, hey, you ain't got to be racing so hard so early. Wait till like the last 20 laps or so, then dig for it. And that sucks that a lot of these guys are already on the brink of already being removed because of the 12X. And what? How many laps is this race?
172. We're over halfway now. Well, right at halfway.
Yeah, we're pretty close to halfway. So that, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But we'll see here.
By the way, tomorrow we'll be live. Go Fast Race League Grand National Series. As Pace Car pulls in, we'll be live at the same time, 9:55 from Iowa. Pace Car pulls in, green flag is out. We're back to racing here at Joe Burchett. About even start there with Todd Curry. Being pushed right now by that 14. Really thinking about making 3 wide. Not going to do it.
It looked like neither the 21 nor the 94 got going on the start there. Joe kind of
tires not
really
going to
look
pay
like
off.
He's falling like a rock.
Yeah, tires. It's got to be.
Now that makes me think, how quick can these two, the 19 and the 14, how quick can they go down and catch, if I can say his name, Todd Curry. There we go.
Todd, there you go, yeah. I don't know. I mean, Joe's actually battling back pretty strong here on the high side.
That 19's got a lot of front-end damage, so I think that could be hurting him.
Yeah. Yeah, this is strange. I don't know. Actually, Joe's a lot faster than what I thought. I think Dylan Vose may actually be the fastest car on track, though. I think the tires are playing a factor here.
You know what he looks like?
Who?
The 19 car? Oh. He looks like a dirt super late model.
Super late model, yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of does, don't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, just the way that damage, it just kicks up that one side, and it's the right side that needs to be kicked up.
Looking at Joe Burchett, he's trying to hold back Eric Morelli in at 14, riding on board with him. You can also see Kyle Frame taking a peek to the outside. Borelli not going to do anything yet. Last time by, the fastest on track, actually the last time by, Joe Burchett. No, I'm sorry, Dylan Vose, fastest last time by on track. So he is starting to run down our leader. Slowly, but he is running it down. Coming off turn 4. And it looks like Eric Morelli side by side with Joe Burchett for 3rd. Yeah, I think the tires did not pay off.
They do or they don't?
They didn't, I don't think. I think it's
the
really
19s, he's running them down. Please don't. Oh, I thought he got on the wall right there. Joe, it may have hurt. Todd, maybe not so much.
Yeah, because clean air.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
tough,
one of these. I don't know.
I talked to Joe under commercial earlier. And, he's wanting a long green flag run. He said he's better on long green flag runs. I hope so, because right now he's falling back to 4th, possibly looking to fall back to 5th as the 57 right up on his bumper right now. That is Kyle Free. Joe and Kyle look really good together, by the way.
The 14 is now starting to run down this 19, and that's probably exactly what this 21 wants to see, knowing that these guys are in a little bit fresher of tires. It looks like now the 19 is starting to fall back to the 14.
Yeah, you're right. 14's really fast early on. We know that. So if he's able to save a little bit of tire, He's the fastest car on the track now. And then actually Eric Minch, the next fastest out on track, which is very impressive. Eric up to 6th right now. Riding on board with Eric Borelli though. And feathering the throttle coming out of turn 4. We'll check the line speeds at the line, and it looks like once again Eric Borelli a little bit faster. Todd Cray actually a little bit slower than 2nd place, and here comes 14 looking to the inside, not going to be able to do it. Ooh, maybe. We'll see as we go down into turn 3. Oh, 19 in the wall.
That I just looked down at my phone as soon as he got up in the wall.
He's falling back now. Kyle Frame underneath him as well. Dylan Bowes back to 5th. So this is actually going to be a lot easier now for Eric Borelli to possibly have a chance to run down Todd Cray. I ain't going to say easier, but
that was weird the way that 19 got up in the wall. Just looked like he didn't even try to break for the corner.
Yeah, may have just wanted to keep going straight.
But now Todd Cray's kind of sitting up in a little bit comfortable of a lead here. So that may work out for him.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how long it would take for these tires to really balance out. I think about within the next 5 or so laps, you'll see tires really balance out with each other. Maybe not even that long. Last time by, Todd Cray definitely a little bit faster, about a tenth faster. We'll really see this time if the tires are going to play an issue for Todd Cray.
It looks like, though, that they are both running different lines. It looks like that the 14 is up a little bit higher in 3 and 4. I think they're 1 and 2. I think the 14 is also a little bit higher up on the racetrack. So that could also be playing a big factor in if this 14 can run down the 21.
Yeah, looking last time by, it was Eric Borelli just a little bit faster. We'll see here again at the line again. This time at the line, Borelli once again just a little bit faster. Not a lot, but just a little bit.
I've kind of got the camera angle set up, and it looks like that the 14 is staying in the camera view a little bit longer each and every lap. So he's starting to slowly run him down here. So it'll be interesting to see if this 14 can catch him. But the better thing would be is how is he going to pass him?
Got a battle back here for 3rd. Kyle Frame taking a peek underneath Joe Burchett once again. And it looks like that higher line is going to help Joe, so not going to be able to get there yet. Yeah, the question is going to be, if he can catch him, that's okay. But the pass is what's going to be the problem. It's going to be so tough to pass, man. I mean,
well, and then, you know how I just said a couple laps ago, it looked like Borelli was running a higher line.
Yeah.
Now Borelli's running the same line as the 21. So I don't know what to do with passing, especially in a situation like this where you're running up on someone that's really fast on a little bit older tires.
I will be honest, I think you're going to have to use the pit stop to your advantage. I think if we stay green, you're going to have to try to use the pit stop and come down a little bit earlier. If you come down a little bit earlier, it's going to pay off. You should be able to
Do we know
take
what a
the
fuel
lead.
run is, just out of curiosity?
No, not really. I'm thinking it's like 60 laps, I believe. Give or take a little bit on that.
I'd say
I'm pretty sure it's around that, though.
we should see pit stops about lap 120.
Pass for probably 3rd. Kyle Frame once again with another run. Joe actually went to the lower side that time, and Kyle stayed a little bit higher. But it looks like Joe once again will use the high air exit to get a run out. And once again, here comes Kyle. Not looking.
I'm really surprised how Todd Cray is really able to continue to run that bottom lane with those old tires. It looks like he's getting pulled straight down that yellow line, and it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I agree. So the tires have pretty much balanced out now, from what I'm seeing. Todd Cray fastest right now. Chris James, actually I lied. I thought he was actually one of the fastest, but yeah, Todd Cray right now, your fastest out on track.
And I'm starting to hear some lap cars in front of these guys, so that could also play a huge factor.
Yeah,
it shouldn't, but it all depends on where you got your way or not. If Todd Cray catches him in the corner, he's got to check up just a little bit for them to move out the way.
Yeah.
And Borelli catches him on the straightaway.
Lap cars about a turn or half a turn in front of them. When 21 enters, they're about right at the middle of the turn.
Yeah,
you're right. They're going to catch him.
It looks like Borelli is starting to run him down just a little bit.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting once they do catch these lap cars. How's it all going to play out?
Yeah, especially if the lap cars keep that high line. And sometimes they do, because they're thinking that the lead lap car wants the lower side. So I don't know. Communication would be key, I guess. but we'll see. I mean, he's definitely caught him. Now.
Oh, right there, Todd Craig. He's starting to enter in a lot higher than what he was earlier on in the run, so that could be him trying to use it. Now, right here, this is where Todd Craig's going to have the problem. As you can tell, he's had to enter a lot lower there because of that. And
yeah, that's going to slow him down quite a bit.
Him.
Yeah, that's going to slow him down quite a bit. Because he's going to have to go
now, it all
lower.
depends on where Borelli catches him now. Borelli may catch him in the same exact spot, and that may help Todd Craig, especially if he catches him in the same spot. But it would also be better for Borelli if he could pass them both on the straightaway, like Todd Craig passed that 12 on the straightaway there.
Borelli don't want to see the 6 and 12 racing in front of him. Oh, somebody just blew up. 6 did. Yep,
and Borelli's been saying thank you.
Yeah, Chris James just blew up, and he's trying to keep it on the bottom. He's going to have to reset his car. I don't think he can get back to the... which is very weird. I don't see a lot of damage on the front of his car. I mean, it's a little messed up.
Could have been something internal, maybe. There ain't no telling with the way everything's got it.
That's very strange to see that. He's trying to make it back around. He may be able to make it all the way back around. We'll be watching. But a bad night for Chris James. He's going to fall at least back to the... Well, he's not going to fall too far back, 11. So, could have been a lot better for him by all means, but unfortunately it's not going to work. Also, I want to mention Joe Burchett got past the 3rd and 4th. He's now working on the 19 of Dylan Bowes. It's going to be interesting. People that don't know, next week these guys go a little bit different type of racing. We go to Watkins Glen. We're going to see some fun racing.
I know I will not be showing up next week.
I cannot wait. And actually, as soon as that race is over, I think Joe is actually going to the 6 hours of Glen. So he'll be running that as well. That's going to be fun.
And if you already didn't love enough Watkins Glen, just wait. But yeah, I can't wait for that. You know, what, do all 3 series go to Watkins Glen next week?
No, trucks are off. I don't know if iRacing goes to Watkins Glen. Maybe, yeah, but I know the truck.
I know. See, the ones in the wall right with the leader. Oh, he needs to keep it up there.
And he did. Nate Anderson may be pulling this. No, he's going to stay out. Still top 10. He actually is pulling it to the apron.
He hit that wall a ton.
Yeah, he may be pulling that car to the pits. A lot of damage on the front end, so he may be bringing that car to the pits. You know, Jeff Smith. Oh, if I said Jeff Smith is back out there. You know, Chris James still. Oh, okay, yeah, Chris James still on pit road.
I would say probably anywhere in the next 5 to 10 laps, we will see someone hit pit road.
I agree. By the way,
make it to the end.
Borelli's starting to run down our leader.
Well, with the one hit in the wall where he did.
That may have been why. Yeah, it could have been
that may have been why, but that's it though. Borelli isn't backing away. But someone else who just hopped in the frame. is the Mr. Frame.
Yeah, right.
Kyle Frame.
Yeah, and
that's made himself into the picture now, so.
You know, that's interesting too. I thought Kyle was done. He's got a lot of damage. He had a lot. Earlier in this race, and you still see he's still got quite a bit, but he's done a good job of getting a lot of it faced under caution. So we should possibly be seeing pit stops here within the next possibly 20 laps or 15 laps, especially for Todd, Cray, and Joe may be here within the next 10. They're going to have to try to stretch this to at least lap 120, no matter what, before they pit. Actually, maybe a little bit more. Austin Marion on pit road.
Who?
Austin Marion to 65. Is on pit road.
He's pitting for what position here?
7th.
He's pitting from 7th.
I think that's scheduled. He
lap
has no
111.
damage.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, he has no damage. And if that's the case, then there's no way he can make it to the end, I don't think. This could actually be just tire strategy. Seriously.
Yeah, Whoa, Todd Cray blinked there just a little bit. But yeah, especially if this is if that's a tire stop, then you better believe that 65 is going to be saving them saving a bunch of fuel here.
Yeah.
And be able to try to make a run for it at the end. But my thing is, pitting, what, 60 laps early?
I'm trying to average this up. How many laps can they actually
Know what it was?
Yeah,
172, right?
Yeah, 172. We're on 14. Right now, Todd Cray's got 50 laps on his set of tires. Which, of course, we know where it is a little bit saved because of, cautions, but I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, though. And if anybody else comes down pit road. But I'm going to be honest. Look at Austin's lap. Compared to our leaders, he's not gaining a ton of time. 3/10 faster last time by. That's not a big gain.
Well, like you say, he could be saving.
Okay, I lied. That time it was half a second. That time by, so he is gaining quite a bit.
Okay, yep, nope. Throw the saving at the door there.
Kyle Frame's in the wall. He got the wall pretty good. He's okay. He did get the wall pretty good going into 3.
Yep, that thing's all corrupt.
Not really much of a position on track as far as battle-wise. Todd Cray pretty much set and sail right now. Actually, Kyle's really starting to run down Eric Borelli. About 4/10 back now, so this is our closest battle out on track. Joe Burchett on pit road.
Well, oh.
We got to keep an eye on Todd Cray. If Todd can make it.
Here's the deal: if Todd Cray doesn't come into the next 5 laps,
then Joe can
that makes you think Joe can make it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I don't think that Joe.
I'll tell you right now. Actually, I'll tell you right now that he can make it. Todd's been out there for 55 laps. It's only 52 more laps to the end of this race. 54 laps to the end of this race.
And Todd's not pitting. This is an interesting call. He may be trying to run it out to a yellow.
We got a battle back here for second. Kyle Frame's starting to put some pressure on Eric Borelli. He's closed that gap in quite a bit. I like to call a pit early, though.
Hit the wall.
He did. Or not, yeah, he did hit the wall, I thought. But apparently I'm lying. Raymond Collin on the pit road.
Yeah, this is probably where we'll start seeing everyone drop down now.
I'm going to be honest, if these leaders don't pit, they're really going to be hurting when they do pit. They're really hurting them. They'll go multiple laps down if they don't.
Wait, is Joe about to go a second lap down?
No, he won't go a lap down. He'll just keep pulling away, I believe.
Up, Todd Cray, pit road.
Yep.
Kyle Frame, pit road.
Eric Borelli staying out.
57's around.
Kyle Frame around. And
did he hit the barrier?
Yeah, he disqualified too. Let's find out. Watching. He went around and you know what? That was enough to disqualify him. The spin, lost of control. Wow. Wow. That's a heartbreaker. Seriously, that is a very bad heartbreaker.
Thing is, if he wanted to spin it around like that, I think he would have been fine.
I agree. Oh man, he was fast too. You know what? That hurt. That hurts. That's championships. That's money. Like pretty much gone.
How many races are left in this regular season?
We're over a third now. We only got, I think, 10 races left, and with Todd Cray's points being over 117. It's going to be tough. I'll be honest. It's going to be very tough. It looks like Todd Cray was able to beat back out Joe Burchett, but Joe's going to gain a lot of spots here. He could actually jump up to second now once all this is said and done, depending on...
Eric Borelli on pit road.
Yeah, now it's going to see how big of a difference tires are. If Eric comes out in front of Joe, then it won't hurt him too bad, I don't think. But if he don't, it was a big loss that Eric took. So he's still on pit road. He's down and away now. So he's going to come back out in front of Joe barely, I think. Yeah, by a little bit. So it didn't hurt him too much. Now, Eric's going to have 2 lap fresher tires, so that could play a factor. Dylan Vose, still your leader. He's just out there for about another 3 laps, give or take on that. He's going to need a caution. Him and Eric mentioned both. If a caution comes out, they're golden.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah. They'll be perfectly fine. They'll continue to stay in the lead.
Yeah, it looks like Eric Borelli will get out in front of Joe, though maybe Joe's strategy didn't work out like he planned.
I don't know. He went from 5th to 3rd once they pit. I mean, he gained a little bit. I think he lost too much whenever he stayed out earlier. Eric mentioned on pit road. So now there is 1 left to pit. And we're going to watch him as he works through turn 4. Across the finish line, Dylan Vose, currently your leader. As we step aside, we will be right back right after the break.
Hi guys, I'm Scott Speed, driver of this amazing Volkswagen Beetle GRC car. I got good news for the iRacing fam. We got this coming in. I'm currently working on it myself personally to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. With the addition of dirt and now this mean car, it is going to be so fun. And it's going to be available free to all the iRacing members. Personally, I can't wait to get out there and race you guys on it.
We're the stronger than we look type. The braver than you think type. The type that knows the time will come when we put type 1 behind us. We're the progress is inevitable type. The hopeful for a cure type. The type that will stop at nothing until type 1 becomes type none.
Back here at Iowa for the Iowa 150 here in the cornfields of Newton. Go Fast Racing Lazy Days K&N Series happening right now. Todd Braid pretty much has dominated from the start. 98 laps total, 19 total laps led, 99 now. Leading Eric Borelli and Joe Burchett going down into turn number 2. And we don't have very many more laps left. Let's take a look at our race summary. 7 lead changes so far, 4 cautions for 20 laps, so 5 laps each caution. And 36 laps remain, make that 35 laps remain once we hit the line. Not a ton of racing going on right now. Dylan Vose catching up to Austin. This is a battle for 4th. You seen Dylan come down pit road a second ago. Actually had a very fast pit stop, 13.1 seconds. And so solid stop there for him. Jeff Smith also on pit road now. Jeff is actually going to, you know, for him staying out on the 2 tires earlier, he's going to balance back pretty good though. He's going to actually finish possibly top 7 because there ain't very many cars left in this race. So he's doing a solid job on getting the car back out there and keep running.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do. If you run into a problem like that, you got to be able to have the adversity, come back out and overcome it.
Mentioned next week we go to Watkins Glen, 50 laps around the Glen. That's going to be fun. Last week we raced K&N at Indianapolis. Todd Cray winning that race as well. We had 45 laps out of the 60 that was scheduled, and Kyle Frame actually finished second. Dave Matson, Eric Minch, 3rd and 4th, and Nate Anderson finished 5th. Derek Pemberton finished last.
Hey, I get points.
Yeah, you know you got 8 bonus points. I don't know what for, but yeah. That's interesting.
I'll take 'em.
Hey, I think for 0X, let's see. Finish the race, and finish the race with 0 incidents. You finished the race because you only did 2 laps before you came into the booth.
Shh! Don't be telling them my secrets. No, you just told how many people are watching the stream?
I don't know. I don't know how many clicks total. So yeah, we'll be broadcasting tomorrow night. We're not going to broadcast Sunday. You can watch me and Derek race though Sunday. Broadcast on Dre Broadcasting Network. We'll be racing Daytona in a different league that I'll run in and Derek runs in. And then Monday we'll be back broadcasting the Red Light Racing Series, and I think you go to Watkins Glen as well, right?
Oh, because you know I already didn't get enough Watkins Glen this week.
It's all next week, buddy.
I cannot wait for Watkins Glen to be over.
Yeah, Watkins Glen, the Red Light Racing Series, we'll be with them on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we will be live with Dynasty Racing League. And they go to Darlington. So that'd be fun. Throwback finish teams.
I was going to say, Darlington for Go Fast is coming up
Very
here shortly.
fun, yeah, very shortly. Comes up here in, what, 3 weeks? No, actually, not until September 1st. We still got month of August to go through.
Why do I think it was August?
I don't know. Because after tonight, after Iowa tonight, the K&N Series goes to, here's the next 5 races. Watkins Glen, Mid-Ohio, Bristol, Road America, Darlington.
Well, I know what I'm not doing.
Have fun, guys.
Oh, wait. Oh, man, I'm busy on Fridays anyway. Oh, well.
So Todd Cray's still leading right now. As we was just watching him. Pretty much the race pretty much balanced. Looks like Todd Cray may have this one in hand as long as no caution comes out. Fastest car out on track last time by was Dylan Vose, however, which he does have 10-lap fresher tires. He's trying to run out Joe Burchett, but 6 seconds back. Pretty long ways to go. We'll continue to watch that. But really, not much really happening right now. I mean, we only got 5 cars on the lead lap. Eric Minch right now, if the caution was to come out, would be your lucky dog. Take a look at him in the 00 car. He actually just got passed for the spot. So Jeff Smith going to go high for Joe Burchett, who runs in 3rd.
Now, how interesting would this all be if just a magical yellow comes out? Because I think I might see some debris down in turn 4 over there. Just to, you know, spice everything up.
Yeah, I think I see an oil slick down there or something.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't we say the 6 Blue is the
he
motor?
blew up earlier. Yeah, they never did a caution for that, I don't think.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, no, Brian. We didn't say nothing.
Todd's like, you didn't see nothing. That's what Todd Cray's saying right now. Yeah, he's actually been slower the last 5 laps or so to Eric Borelli. Borelli's rolling him in, but I just don't think he's got enough time for it. 0.2 back. I say that, and then Todd Cray that time puts on a faster lap. But so yeah, I mean, I think pretty much as long as we stay green, I think the field's pretty much set in order they run. But one thing about Go Fast, we always have a trend that a caution does come out late, and we'll see if that continues or not. I mean, hopefully it don't, honestly. But you just never know. Sitting here looking at the points with this race. Todd Cray right now came in here 114 points ahead of Kyle Frame. Kyle will actually finish back in the... Find it. It's a possibility he's going to finish, I believe, what looks to be 8th place. And that's still big, no matter how you look at it. So, you know, I think pretty much Todd Cray does have his championship wrapped up for the most part, unless something happens that Kyle or somebody like that goes on a big winning spree. And I mean, really, next week's or next 5 races where it's going to get interesting with Watkins Glen, Mid-Ohio, Bristol, Road American, and Darlington. That's where it's going to get interesting because anybody can win them races. Going in to them races, I don't really know. I think the favorite, my personal favorite, I think going in is Joe.
Yeah, and honestly, as much, and like we've said earlier, Kyle and Joe have seemed to really work pretty good around each other here as of late.
Yeah,
don't be so surprised if Kyle starts asking Joe, "Hey, help me out here, help me out there."
This track. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, and probably in all honesty, he's probably going to go to Joe like, "Hey, unless I'm up there, don't win the race unless I'm up there." I mean,
yeah, I don't know if Joe would do that though. I'll be honest. I don't know if Joe would pull over to give up a win.
You're right,
especially for a road course. I'm gonna be honest. Joe actually has a chance to win the next 3 out of 4 races. My personal opinion. Now Tyler Cox, if he races, he does too. Everybody knows that. But Watkins Glen, Mid-Ohio, I think Joe's got one. Now I'm saying this based on experience. I know Joe. He knows how to road race. I've never watched these guys road race that much, so I cannot base it off other drivers in the league. But I think Joe does have the advantage going in to them road races. You see the 14 now about to pass Austin Marion. It's going to put Austin now a lap down, so there's only going to be 4 cars on the lap. That was Borelli that passed it, by the way. Just looking. We got, what, 12, 13 laps to go, I believe. We're coming to 13 to go. Todd Cray has pretty much put a beat down. 100, make that 122 laps led for the driver of the 21. For anybody that was doubting Todd if he was struggling the last few weeks or not, because to be honest, he hasn't had the greatest month of July, with the exception he did win last week. But a few weeks ago, he didn't have a great run at New Hampshire because he was dead last. And that was back on July 14th. July 7th. He did win July 7th, so he actually has won 2 races in July, so that's actually better than what I thought. June 10th back at Daytona, he finished last as well. So we're coming down to what is 11 laps to go. Todd Cray. The gap, by the way, has closed up to Joe quite a bit for Dylan Vose. But I think the tires pretty much have balanced itself off almost. About a second, 1.9 second gap. That is actually the closest battle, which is hard to say, by the way. 1.9 second gap from 3rd to 4th. And that's a big difference in laps. So that's about 13 lap tires, 14 lap tires difference. So there is still a chance that Dylan can actually catch Joe. He's running about a 10th faster each lap, so he's going to be real close if he can catch him. I'm trying to see how much he's actually taken off each lap. That time he's actually about 3 tenths faster. He's about a second and a half back, make that second and 4 tenths back now. Yeah, he may actually have a chance to catch Joe. He's not far from catching. He's only about a second back now. Joe may actually have to push a little bit hard here. Oh, we'll continue watching that. We're actually going to stay watching this. Joe actually may be in trouble here from losing top 3.
Hey, 1 second. I'll be right back.
Looks like gap once again closing. Wow, Dylan with a really good lap last time of 22.918. Joe's going to need a little bit of a slip up, I think, in order to stay in third. Get a little bit of a slip up there, not enough. That time by, wow, 2/10 faster still for Dylan. Right on board with the driver of the 19 car. You can see the gap really close right there, right in the center. He's going to have a run here on the straightaway. Looking to take third. Dylan Bose looks underneath Joe Burchett. Side by side, this is where things could get a little bit interested as well. Looks like Dylan may have that spot. Joe battling back on the high side. And Dylan Bose will move into third and slide up in front of the 94 car. You know, Dylan, these guys are kind of lucky. Dylan don't have more laps. He is the fastest car out on the track by a lot. All of them chasing this guy though. Todd Cray coming to 3 to go next time by.
Sorry about that. I thought I just heard someone in my house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I heard something falling. I was like, oh, well, I'm dying tonight.
Todd Cray waiting to see 2 laps to go next time by. Eric Borelli still 6 seconds behind him. Dylan Bose was able to get around Joe Burchett for 3rd. Burchett falls back to 4th. Austin Marion back in 5th. Austin with a solid run tonight. Eric Minch with another good run as well. 6th place. Jeff Smith will finish in 7th. No matter what happens with Jeff, he will finish 7th now. White flag will be in the air this time as Todd Cray works off turn number 4. And we'll see the white flag being displayed. Down into 1 and 2, looking smooth as he always does. Back down in turn 3 and 4, up off turn number 4. Todd Cray will see the checkered flag here tonight at Iowa Speedway. What will be his 6th win of the season. Wow, very impressive. As the fireworks go off here at Iowa. And Todd Cray gets ready to burn the house down here once again. You know, he also won last time we was here back on June 23rd. I think he won as well. I need to find that out real fast. But I'm pretty sure that he did. So Todd Cray, your victor here tonight, and we'll interview him here in just a second. This is his. He actually will sweep Iowa, by the way, as he does a reverse lap here. See some cars going by him. Get ready to bring him in as well, as he will be your winner. Hey Todd, you got a copy?
Yep, got you loud and clear.
Man, you sweep Iowa, picking up your 6th victory of the season and extending your points lead. Talk us through that, man. Domination, 135 laps led.
I gotta be honest with you guys, I didn't see this coming tonight. Tell you, practice session, guys were fast. Got out there in qualifying. Guys were fast. I mean, they were just putting some wicked numbers down, and had some concerns, to be honest with you. You know, just worked on that smooth turn and just hope for the best. But man, that's just one of those nights where your car's on a rail, and I tell you, it just feels really good.
What was the key for you being able to stay up front that long, in your mind, to be able to stay up there and lead 135 laps?
You know, just see how fast the guys were going behind me and just try to pace myself, save those tires. I had a high entry, you know, into one, I think was helping me. It seemed like the lower I got, the less the tires burned. I mean, it sounds funny, but really, I tried moving up a couple times and just didn't seem to work. And when I got back to the bottom, it just felt like where I was the fastest.
Things get a little bit interesting next week. The short tracks and the hardest part of the schedule is now upon us, with Iowa, and now next week we head to Watkins Glen. What's your thoughts on headed there?
Not too good. Better get some time in on the track. It's been a while since I've been there, but the shorter the tracks, the better I like them normally. You know, just good, solid competition. I'll tell you, guys look like they were fast tonight, and real happy with that win.
Well, you put the PADD car in victory lane. Of course, that is people against don't drive distracted. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, people against distracted driving. We're really supporting them. Everywhere you go, you're hearing real bad stories and people losing family members, and you just see it every day. So we're getting on board with that. It's located actually right here in New Jersey, where I'm from. So I'm going to try to really do some good stuff with them. You know, Go Fast Racing Trackside Network. I mean, it's just a great night, man. It's just awesome.
Good win, man. Congratulations. Swept Iowa and on your way to a championship, so good job.
All right, guys. Thanks. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you, man. Eric Borelli will finish in second place. We'll talk to Eric here as well. Finishing in second. Pretty strong run for him. Hey, Eric, you got a copy?
Yeah, what you got, Adam?
Finished in second place tonight. What honestly wasn't too long of a race, to be completely honest. We only had, I think, 4 cautions. But talk us through your night, man. I mean, you started up in second and finished in second as well.
Yeah, we ran really good, like we were kind of talking earlier during the race. You know, the first few laps, the car was, stout. Thing was just on rails. You know, the longer we got through the run, the nose would just start to cause the car just really to push, And, Todd just, we tried to run with Todd, and he just was hooked up tonight. He was gone, so congratulations to him. And, but, overall we had a good night. We were consistent, like we've talked in the past. And, it's nice to have Tim back and meet you tonight and stuff. And, all in all, it's a good night. I can't complain.
Now, let me ask you this. Todd's pretty much, he's in the driver's seat by a lot for the championship. So tonight's pretty much about wins for, you guys and stuff like that, and I understand that. But my question is, how much can you use from this race for seat time-wise to going into tomorrow night's race, which everybody knows is still up in the air for who's champion because of the chase. But how much can you learn from this tonight going into the Xfinity race tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely, it's going to be similar characteristics in terms of, tire wear and such, I would believe, between this car and, the Xfinity car tomorrow night. To me, seat time is paramount. The more laps you turn, the more comfortable you feel. You're going to know where the dips and the bumps are in the track and stuff. You're going to know, you're going to feel, I personally feel a lot more comfortable know what line to run tomorrow night after running tonight and turning, the laps that we did. It's going to be able to bring us a lot of knowledge forward going into tomorrow night, especially in the position we're in points-wise.
Yeah, man. So next week, Watkins Glen in the K&N. Always fun. What's your thought process going there?
We're pretty good at the Glen. Again, consistency is key there too. Not over pushing the car, not doing anything crazy to get you all jammed up. We should have a pretty good finish next week, I think. As long as we stay out of trouble and we keep ahead of the game, we should have a pretty good showing.
Yeah, man, you've been really starting to stride a little bit in this. I guess you can start not really late part of the season, but getting that way, you're really starting to shine a little bit and starting to pick up some much needed. Well, I guess points and everything else and experience. So, good run for you tonight, man. Second place. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, as always, big shout out to the admins here at Go Fast. The guys really put on a great show. Big shout out to you, Adam, for putting on the broadcast. Big shout out to my spotter, Tim. It's nice to have him back tonight. You know, as we all know, he's got some stuff going on, and yeah, man, it's nice to get him back in the stand for a little bit and get his mind on some racing. And you know, good to have him in my ear. I'd be lost without him. And congratulations to. Who took first
Todd.
again? I'm sorry. Yeah, Todd. Thank you. I'm playing. I'm sorry. Yeah, big congratulations to Todd on taking home first place. He definitely led the field.
Ran too many laps, didn't you?
Yeah, after a little while, you start to get a little stir crazy.
All right, man. Good run, and I'll talk to you tomorrow night.
Thanks, Adam. I appreciate it, brother.
Next up, we got Dylan Bose, who finishes in 3rd place. Hey, Dylan, you got me?
And for Adam.
Man, you started back in 7th. I want to be honest with you. I didn't think you actually had a top 3 in you, but you battled back strong. 3rd place. You got to be happy with the outcome tonight.
Oh, very happy. I was hoping and praying for the caution when I was leading had a lap on the field and didn't come to fruition. Hey, new tires is king here. Found out.
Yeah, let me speak a little bit about that. We seen that you actually was able to run down the 94. It took a long time. You was actually about 7 seconds behind him when you pitted, or after you exit pits, but you ran him down towards the end. Is there anything you could have done, possibly even pitting a little bit sooner in your mind to possibly have a chance to run down to 14 there towards the end?
You know, I don't know on that one. My thought was when they all pitted, I was like, okay, I'm not going to do myself any favors by pitting with them. Otherwise, I'm just chasing my tail type deal, to where I had to kind of get off sequence to where that if there was a long run like what just happened, I'd at least have a chance with having a little bit better tires than them. And plus, if it's a late restart, I'm still in a little bit better shape. So that's kind of what my thinking was.
Let me ask you the same kind of question that I just asked who was it? Eric a second ago. This championship, for the most part, is locked up. Let's just be honest. But how important is it for you to get in the car, get a little bit of seat time before you to come in? Because sometimes you run Xfinity as well. Can you use this, series to help you with Xfinity over there as well?
Well, it depends. Honestly, I haven't driven the Xfinity car over here since the last time we raced here, and I don't think I did 50 laps in the race. So I'm just it's seat time's always good, and plus the racing with these guys is so awesome to where that you can learn a lot just from kind of watching each other's lines and having a good race, which is mainly why I came out here tonight.
How's your road racing skills?
Oh, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I love road courses. I grew up racing road courses, Graduate 06 and all that good stuff. So
you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But honestly, with how my luck's been this season, I'll either do awesome or I will crash out within the first 10 laps. So
that's true.
We'll wait and see.
That's true. You've had some bad luck. You're either really good or not so good. So I guess that happens, part of racing. But man, good run tonight. Is there anybody you want to thank or give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my friends and family, or Skylar, Nate, and especially you, Adam, for putting this broadcast on. Doing a great job every week, making us look good.
Oh, you make it. When we have races like this, it makes it a lot easier. So, yeah, man, thanks for having us as always. Good run. Now go out there and get a win next week or next time we race.
Oh man, if anything, I want to win in the trucks.
I hear you, buddy. Go out there and get one. See if you can grab it here soon. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks, man. Derek, you came in a little bit late. What's your thoughts?
Overall, it was a fairly good race. I was actually kind of enjoyed the ending to that. So yeah, I was hoping that it would be a little bit closer. But congratulations, Todd Cray, and I can't wait to go road racing. Yay!
There is a reason why Todd is the champion right now in this series, and everybody's seen it. Why not? Or not? I don't want to say champion because he's not champion yet, but championship's leader. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think nobody's catching him. I think he's got it. Yeah, we may have a lot of different winners over the next 3 or 4 weeks because he said he's not very good at road. I just don't think it'll be enough, honestly. Not unless Eric Kyle or somebody comes out, Nate Anderson possibly come out and just put on a beat down at every road course we go to, and then Bristol. It's going to be tough. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight. We'll be live tomorrow, 9:55 p.m. Eastern Time, live back here at Iowa. Should be a fun race. We'll see late afternoon, so it's a little bit different track conditions. We'll see how all that plays out. There is your results on your page, by the way. I hope everybody had a great night and a fun night. Get your mind off everything. Focus on some racing is always fun. So thanks everybody for watching. God bless. Have a great night and talk to y'all later. Derek, you got anything you want to say?
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
Oh, no, all good. Hopefully we see y'all out tomorrow night.
Should be fun. Talk to y'all later. Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. When this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day